Never mind. Old man shouts at cloud.
Yeah, old man gets his hard drive investigated at this rate. I think it's probably what you get. Hail and kill! Welcome back once again, brothers and sisters in metal, to Reels of Steel, the Heavy Metal Movies podcast. I am one of your hosts, Matt, and I'm joined by another host who is...
I am Tom.
Hey, he's Tom. Hail and kill, Tom.
I don't know why I said it like that.
That's all right. Why not? That's how you normally speak.
I am Iron Tom.
Yeah, how you doing? All right.
I'm all right. I've got a beer. I've got another beer ready after I finish this beer. Perfect. So I am living the life. This is ideal. This is
what you want.
This is peak male performance.
What is best in life? Having a few beers.
Having 2 beers.
So this week we're gonna dive back into the 90s. It's not quite the nadir of the 90s that Spawn represented, I don't think, a few weeks ago. We're in the early 90s. The year is
early mid 90s.
Yeah. The year is 1993, and this week's movie is directed and produced by action legend John McTiernan, co-written by action legend Shane Black, starring action legend Arnold Schwarzenegger, and also like a bunch of bums and celebrity cameos and stuff. This week, we're going straight into the action pastiche that is Last Action Hero.
It's a movie that when you hear like you've got McTiernan, you've got Shane Black, you've got Schwarzenegger, it should be fucking amazing. But it's not. That's the real problem.
No, I mean, it's got its charms. I didn't not enjoy this movie, and I very much enjoyed it on a lot of levels. But the original script was titled "Extremely Violent," so which, let's be honest, sounds like a much better movie.
I think that does sound great. I'd like to see a movie called "Extremely Violent." That sounds better.
We'll get into that in a bit.
So the year is 1993.
It is.
What's going down in metal?
I've just left high school and I'm putting together my first combo. So I mean that's important metal news, obviously. Fatal If Swallowed were busy playing some, our first pub gigs. So that was nice.
Were you originals or were you covers?
It was just loads of Overkill and Manowar songs.
So, fantastic! Yeah. That sounds great.
So you can't go wrong, right? Down the local working men's club, blasted out All Men Play on Dead.
Would the guys in the local working men's pub know that they were covers? Or I don't think anyone's particularly au fait with like Horoscope and Kings of Metal.
I'd like people to believe that I wrote All Evil Fear His Name or something. So yeah, let's hope so.
Well, I was in 1993. I was 10, so I wasn't quite putting together a band yet. I was probably, I don't know, playing with Transformers. I guess.
Just
I don't know. What do you do when you're 10?
Right, waiting for like the bass player wanted, that sort of thing. Yeah, what do you do when you're 10? Play with Transformers?
I guess so.
Collect Return of the Jedi comics until your mum throws them out while you're away on a camping trip.
I think it was video games when I was 10. That was what I was into. My mate had an Atari ST.
Oh, nice!
It was a badass system. I had a NES, then a SNES. I was a Nintendo purist. So yeah, I was probably playing like Street Fighter 2 and stuff like that. So that's what you do when you're 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. What was happening in music? It's grunge, isn't it? That's what's going on in 93. The hair bands are all being killed off by the meteor that is Seattle.
It is a time of change, shall we say. What was going on live that year?
Oh, well, who headlined Donington 93?
Well, it's a trick question.
There was nobody.
Donington in 93.
According to Wikipedia, it was because they couldn't find a good enough headliner.
Yeah.
Which is like That's
So
odd, isn't it?
92 was Maiden. Who headlined Donington in 94? I can't even remember. Aerosmith?
I believe it was Metallica. I think it
Oh.
was they were recording Load or something, and
Oh, because
they
there
came
was
out.
Escape from the Studio tour.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think I might be wrong, but that's what I think it was. But yeah, well, 93 was the year Bruce left Maiden, Rob left Judas Priest, and Michael Giske left Halloween. So,
it all went terribly wrong. Oh,
that was the year. I mean, was grunge to blame? Were those guys thinking, let's go and wear flannel and start that kind of band, or what was happening?
I mean, there was that later on. There was that movie Rockstar, and in that, Mark Wahlberg joins Judas Priest and then leaves so that he can do like flannel-esque Screaming Trees style music, right? So, yeah, that's probably what happened. Wacken was finding its legs in 93. It was starting to build.
Wouldn't Dynamo still be the preeminent European festival at 93?
Dynamo, yeah, you're probably right, actually. I was 93 when Testament played. Although Dynamo didn't get really big until like the late 90s. Like 98, 99 was when it was at its most magnificent, I think. And you're right, Wacken was like a little thing. I think they had like, Fate's Warning were on, and Doro played as well.
Well, like Doro lives in Wacken, doesn't she? She's always there. She's like the spirit.
The Earth Mother of some farms in Schleswig-Holstein.
Good pronunciation.
But there wasn't a huge lot going on really.
It was a time of change. I think there's I think like black metal was happening. A lot of death metal was sort of becoming less sort of primitive and more technical. You had like Death releasing. I think Individual Thought Patterns came out in 93.
It did. There were a couple of like true, just solid gold classics came out, and a couple of like weird, interesting things as well. Like Sound of White Noise, Anthrax was
the John Bush Anthrax.
Yeah,
because Joey Belladonna had left Anthrax, so it's all all change.
Sound of White Noise is quite a good album. It's like different for them.
I don't know. I prefer
their other stuff that they did with Bush. I mean, obviously he belongs firmly in Armored Saint because Armored Saint are great.
I like stupid. I like stupid party Anthrax rather than. I mean, Sound of White Noise is hardly an intellectual album, but it's a little bit less dumb than like Among the Living, but not by much. But I like my Anthrax stupid.
That's fair enough. I'm not a big Anthrax man. I've got like Fistful of Metal on vinyl, but that's about it, I think. But Heartwork came out in 1993. Ooh. And you don't get much more metal than Heartwork, right?
Heartwork is a true banger.
It's like a core text, It
is. It was Heartwork for like the first Melodeath album.
I don't know if it's the first, but it's definitely maybe. I mean, it's you had like In Flames were coming up around that time, right? It's just starting out. The Gothenburg sound.
Gothenburg was going, but like.
But so Mike Amott's to blame, right?
I mean, is he from Gothenburg? He's Swedish. So
he's Swedish. We met him. I think I went to a show to see Arch Enemy. And did you go to that gig as well? Cradle of Filth were playing. And
I was like one of my first London big gigs because I was like 16.
Yeah, we went afterwards. We went to like that. There used to be that little club down in a basement on Oxford Street, just around the corner. I can't remember what the name.
The Metro?
Might have been the Metro, yeah.
And the Metro and the 100 Club. I think the Metro was the one that did Metal Nights.
Yeah.
I've been to a few of them.
I only remember it because Doug, our bass player at the time, was talking to Mike Amott at the bar, and Amott said, "Would you like a drink?" And Doug said, "Yes, I'll have 8 pints of Bud, please." And got an arch look, but fair play to him. He bought all those beers and bought them over our table, so he's like a nice man. He's got my respect.
So you all owe Michael Amott 2 pints each.
Basically. Yeah. So if he wants to invite us out to support Arch Enemy on tour, then we'll buy him those 2 beers back. I think.
I don't know. I'd rather go and support Spiritual Beggars. I think they're more fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? You just get stoned.
Yeah,
be good.
Exactly. Anyway, so Arnold Schwarzenegger is a cop. We haven't even started the movie.
I haven't even got the Wolverine Blues yet.
Wolverine Blues came out that year. Yeah. Oh, banger.
Yeah. So there was some good stuff going on. It was just a little bit varied. Also Chevy got together. It formed in 1993, and Chevy are great. So
what's up, Mr. Zero? That was a perennial playlist song for me. It's a great song.
Yeah, it still is. It's really good.
Could have done more than that, but that was the one I remember because it was on the Terrorizer cover mount, the CD.
Where it belongs. So perfect. So anyway, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a cop. Nick Cage is a lumberjack. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a cop. Well, he's not even a cop though, is he? He's a movie cop. He's
a movie cop. Well, yeah, we start the movie in the movie, don't we? We start watching Jack Slater 3. Yeah, we start with Jack Slater 3 with the scene where it opens up. It's Christmas. There's all the cops in the world, and Alice in Chains is playing straight away. We are instantly into a heavy metal movie soundtrack.
That's true. Yeah, and we should probably just talk about the soundtrack as we go because there's a lot to say about the soundtrack.
There is, and I went through this movie. I watched this movie twice recently to try and figure out exactly when each song plays, and I've got most of them, but I don't have all of them. So there's an Anthrax song on here. I couldn't figure out where in the movie it played. So apologies, listeners, if you know better than I do. Matt, if you know, tell me because I couldn't figure it out.
It's Poison My Eyes, wasn't it? Yeah, no, don't know.
No, exactly. But we'll get to them as we get to them. But yeah, we open up with all the cops in the world. There's a guy on the roof. It's Christmas time. Hell of a way to spend Christmas.
Yeah. Because every action movie is a Christmas movie. Every John McTiernan movie is a Christmas
McTiernan
movie.
And Shane Black. Shane Black fucking loves Christmas.
Yeah. Obviously there's people like the tiresome trope of is Die Hard a Christmas movie and all that, right? But actually, the more movies you watch, it's surprising how many movies are Christmas movies. I reckon about 85% of action movies are Christmas movies. To be fair,
that's right. You know what? I don't care about Die Hard being a Christmas movie. We should be talking about Batman Returns being a Christmas movie.
Batman Returns is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that should be the one people talk about. Die Hard, I don't care. I mean, it's one of the best movies. So whether it's a Christmas movie or not is inconsequential.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like Die Hard too. We were flying.
We've all got our weird proclivities, haven't we?
Well, we were flying out at Christmas. We were flying out to Washington DC, and the night before we went, I sat down with my significant other to watch Die Hard 2, and then realised that it's about Washington Dulles Airport getting taken over and blown up by terrorists and loads of planes crashing. And then the next day we got to go and fly to Dulles Airport and all that stuff.
Yeah. Was Cole Meany your pilot?
Oh, can you imagine? Would you trust Chief O'Brien to fly a plane?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't trust him to make a fucking pot deal. He would end up being dead or in a Cardassian mental prison or something. So. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the cop. So yeah, but this is the intro, and I've written down my notes, and I was like, actually, that's good. So Arnie appears, and it's stonewash, snakeskin, suede, cigar, Schwarzenegger. He's dressed as a fucking toy. He's like an action figure.
Yeah, he's got his outfit, and obviously, obviously it gets into this later on, right? But it's a good look. Those snakeskin boot, you just don't see it anymore.
It would be a good Halloween costume, I think. But also then I would keep the boots and put them into my regular rotation.
Well, you'd just be like, this is quite a good look. I might just dress like this from now on. Maybe change the T-shirt out once in a while. But who's going to argue with that?
Nobody, because you'll kick you in the bollocks.
Well, because you've got a huge Desert Eagle or whatever the gun is. That you can carry.
Like a massive gun. And yeah, he goes. He gets the mayor, who's Tina Turner, tries to stop him. What is it? The lieutenant governor tries to stop him going in. The chief tries to stop him going in, but he's going in to get the Ripper.
He does what he likes, and if those pencil pushers down at City Hall don't like it, they can kiss his ass. Is that what we're saying?
I'm basically saying that, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was Rainier Wolfcastle and McBain before this or after this?
Oh,
It is very McBain, isn't it?
yeah. Well, The Simpsons only arrived in like 91 or something, didn't it? So, like, so if he was in this, it can't have been much before.
It's much McBain, but yeah, there's that great bit in The Simpsons where they take the piss out of this movie.
Oh yeah,
magic ticket, my ass.
Yeah.
Maria, my mighty heart is breaking. I'll be in the Hummer.
Did you ever notice how men always leave the toilet seat up? That's the joke. You suck, McBain! Now my Woody Allen impression.
But yeah, he's up to the roof to fight the Ripper.
Played by
Tom Noonan.
Kane from RoboCop 2. I'm sure.
Don't get sidetracked. If we're going to talk about any movie, it'll be RoboCop. RoboCop and Dune. That's all I talk about. But he's got quite a look. He's got the chainmail. He's got this rain slicker. He's got the skullet. He's got those teeth. He's got an axe. Again, he's another action figure.
Yeah, it's pretty distinctive, right? And Jack Slater rolls a live grenade across at his 10-year-old son, who's been kidnapped and is on the rooftop for some reason, right?
It's not a live grenade. It's a grenade which has got a knife in it. It's a knife grenade.
I mean, I've got well, you gave me a grenade that, you can put whiskey in, but I don't see why you'd have a grenade that was a knife. Just have a grenade, or a knife.
The kid stabs up the Ripper, but then the Ripper throws the axe at Schwarzenegger. And there's that great scene where the axe comes at him and he ducks underneath it. And that looks pretty cool. But then the Ripper pulls the kid off the roof, and suddenly we're back in the real world.
We're back in the real world.
Oh, and you know what we've got? We've got a fucking shit boy, haven't we?
Little shit, not little buff boys, little shit boys.
I mean, okay, so our protagonist.
I was just thinking about that scene. This movie, right? Originally, the writers were Zach Penn, he was one of the writers on Avengers, and he wrote Free Guy, that Ryan Reynolds movie.
Yeah.
So he's done all right. And also a guy called Adam Leff, who wrote Biodome with Pauly Shore.
Biodome!
Buddy. Yeah, so those two guys were in it, but apparently it was rewritten and rewritten and rewritten.
Yeah, well, script problems from day one.
Yeah. And not least because of Arnie. Arnie wanted it to be family friendly and turned it, it was called Extremely Violent to start with.
Why does he want it to be family? Okay, so the last movie Arnie did before this was Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Which also kind of features a little shit boy, but possibly one of the better shit boys.
Better shit boy.
He wasn't quite into like Twins and Kindergarten Cop territory yet, was he?
He was. No, he'd done those. And
he'd already done those.
Wanted to be more, to carry on being family friendly and all that kind of stuff. So that's why it's a PG-13 and not a.
That's why there's a shit boy in it.
Written by the screenplay was written by those guys. Bit of a bidding war over it. Got bought. A load of people rewrote bits of this. William Goldman who did Princess Bride, Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher.
He punched it up a bit.
And Shane Black, right, as well, which is weird because, it's basically a massive piss take of everything Shane Black's ever done.
Yeah, but it's also during the time when Shane Black is still pumping out movies that are like this. This was between like Lethal Weapon 3 and The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah.
So he was still putting these movies out. But
apparently, this scene was one of the ones that was added in by somebody else along the way. They toned it all down, but then they had a thing where a 10-year-old boy stabs someone in the balls.
Kid stuff.
And gets thrown off a roof and dies,
We'll come back to that bit. The whole dead kid subplot is it shouldn't be there. It doesn't belong in this movie. It seems like it's
Too
they
traumatic,
need
right?
tonally. It's a knockabout romp for most of the time. It's in the movie world, and then there's a tone shift when they come to the real world. But the dead kid stuff in the movie world is tonally completely off. It doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't be there.
Well, okay, let's carry on with this movie, and because in a minute we're going to meet another character, and I'll expand upon my background reading.
On your background reading. So we are in the cinema with Danny, a shit boy.
Little Danny
okay,
Madigan.
Little
from-
Danny Madigan.
from New York City.
As shit boys go, the fact that he is in the entire movie, he's in most of the scenes, and I don't come out really wanting to rip his fucking head off. He's okay. So he's not the worst of the shit boys, but he is still a shit boy, and I don't like kids in movies. So it's weird that he's in it.
Kids in
I don't like kids, just in general.
That's fair enough. Have you
not in film.
spoken to your own child about this?
She knows. She knows where she stands. No, I like my own child, but that's enough.
Yeah, I think that's a fair stance. That's
But yeah, we're in a sleaze pit cinema.
we are a once magnificent theatre, right? In this is back when New York was still a little bit dangerous.
It was sleazy New York. Times Square was, full of hookers and people doing blow and
yeah,
pornography and shit like that. So
yeah, no midtown redevelopments here.
no. But yeah, I was like, my notes are: shouldn't this cinema be showing porn? It should be, right? It's that kind of cinema. They shouldn't be showing like the blockbusters. They'll be showing, I don't know, what was the biggest porn movie in '93?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really remember. Do you even remember porn star names back that far? Apart
Jenna
from
Jameson? I
Jenna
guess.
Jameson, yeah, that might have been early '90s, right?
That seems like a '90s porn star, right?
That's close enough. Tina Tequila, wasn't it?
No, she was MySpace, MySpace era. So yeah, let's say Jenna Jameson in Sexy Babes 4.
What a name!
Well, I'm not
That
the king of porn. I don't know. But here we are with him being mates with another old man, another child old man friendship, because he's mates with Nick, who is the projectionist or owner or a ghost in the cinema.
Well, in the original script, he was the devil, hence being Old Nick.
Oh, that makes sense. But also, no, it doesn't. He's quite nice.
The actor is a guy called Robert Protsky, who isn't Grandpa Munster, but is Grandpa Fred, who's in Gremlins 2, So he's kind of Grandpa Munster, right?
I love Gremlins 2. What a great film. Yeah, he's good, but again, it's that movie trope of the child being friends with some old dude in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So Jack Slater, he's watching Jack Slater 3. And I was thinking to myself, Jack Slater is a shit name for a movie. But then, what's the biggest action franchise at the moment? It's John Wick. So I'm like, well, I'm clearly an idiot.
Well, clearly, Jack Slater is years ahead of its time, right? I mean, that's.
I mean, in the late '80s, early '90s, there weren't like action movies. Just fuck Rambo. I really am a moron.
I suppose, yeah, Rambo, I suppose. But I mean, are there any 80s or big name action franchises named after the main character? So Rambo.
But you also need first name, last name, really.
Yeah. Cobra,
but that's just last name, but it's also a snake.
Yeah. Predator.
Not really. It doesn't quite work.
Dave Predator.
I mean, it would be like calling Die Hard, John McClane. Or Commando, John Matrix.
But don't you like when Die Hard's on? Don't you shout Die Hard? Look out behind you! Like, come on, Die Hard, you can do it.
Go on, Die Hard. Not really. But the first name, last name movie title. I think only John Wick has really lived up to the promise of Jack Slater. But also, is that just lazy naming? Surely they could have
I
called
feel
the
like
Jack
you
Slater movies.
struggle to sell an original movie that was just called Jack Slater.
Yeah,
It would
it's
have
not
to be
great.
called Deadly. What's another word for weapon?
Deadly Tool.
Deadly Tool. Okay.
Yeah, like Dirty Harry, I guess, but it's not his first name, last name. It's
His
it's
name.
his nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it has to be a nickname. Has to be
give you a nickname.
Wanky Dave.
What would you call Jack Slater if he?
I don't know. Anyone with a
Explosions.
nickname I've ever known was called things like Knicker Sniffer or something. You know.
That shows who you hang around with, doesn't it? So we're back with our shit boy. He's got a mum. He lives in an apartment in New York. He goes to school. His mum's kind of foxy, in that sort of movie mum way.
Yeah, she was in The Secret of My Success. You know,
Yeah.
like she's in that. She's like one of the secretaries or something in that, right? And she's in like
She's in Big. Married to the
she's the
mob.
mum, isn't she? In Big,
Yeah, and the Fisher King.
which has come up before. Obviously, came
Yeah.
up a little while ago, but with Excalibur.
She doesn't really play much of a part in the movie, though. She's just sort of there to, make sure that we know that our shit boy has a home.
That's true. It doesn't live in an ultra slum eating rotten meat.
He lives in the cinema toilets,
Like so many shit boys before him.
feeding on discarded popcorn and hot dogs. Little rat boy.
That sounds like, I mean, it worked in Bulletproof Monk, so I mean, why not here?
But and now we're back in. He's in class, and we're hearing about the first action hero,
Yeah.
Hamlet. And now we're off to the races in his imagination as he imagines Arnold Schwarzenegger's Hamlet.
His teacher, of course, is Joan Plowright, who is
Yes,
Laurence Olivier's wife. So that's quite nice and sort of
nice little in joke.
subtle, isn't it? Because I'm not sure many people would know who Joan Plowright was.
I mean, this is an IMDb trivia joke. This is not one that I would have got in the cinema, especially at
age
10 years old. No, that's not what I would have understood. That's one for like Frasier Crane, isn't it? It's not for your average popcorn muncher. But yeah, we get to see his imagination of like Arnie in Hamlet, which is
not to be.
I do love that. It also looks kind of cool.
It looks great. It's like I would definitely go and see Something's Rotten in the State of Denmark.
I love it. It's great.
Which, I still occasionally say that just as like a thing, you know, like when things have gone wrong.
Had the fun movie trailer voiceover guy. You don't get many voiceover trailer guys anymore. You don't get the in a world, those guys.
Yeah.
But this was like the Something's Rotten in the State of Denmark. You don't hear that very often. You don't hear any of that very often. So
this is the guy who, that's the difference, isn't it? There's like, like in Scrooged, there's the Lee Majors action movie, isn't there? They're showing that's like in the night, reindeers die. I think it's like there's that guy. There's the upbeat one, and then there's In a World Without Justice. That guy. Yeah. And his daughter now as well. Obviously.
How when have you last heard a trailer with a voiceover?
Yeah, it's a lost art, isn't it? It's gone.
What are those guys doing? I hope they're okay.
I mean, they've probably moved to like TV ads and infomercials, right?
Hopefully. I hope they're okay. But you don't hear that anymore, which is a shame because I do miss that sort of like this Christmas.
Join one crazy family.
Exactly. And the way it's filmed with like the sort of monochrome with occasional splashes of color, where it looks like Sin City.
But actually, on rewatching, I feel like this may have aged better, like better than Sin City.
Possibly, yeah. We're back in the real world, but now we're back to the cinema because Danny's got himself a magic ticket. Well, and a viewing of the new Jack Slater movie.
It's all a bit random as well, isn't it? It's like, well, he's got an invite to sneak out at midnight, so there's a little scene before this, isn't there? Where
the bit with the robbery guy.
His mum goes out to work for the night and is like, lock the door and don't go out. And then he sneaks out or tries to sneak out around midnight. One of them fuckers, one of those New York crack fiends busts on in. And actually, like, this is another thing where, like, the tonal shift, you know, we talked about the dead kid. There's a crack fiend in the house, and then he punches the kid and then berates him for only having shitty stuff that's hardly worth stealing. Right? And it's like, well, it's a bit grim.
and then suddenly we're back in a cinema with our sort of twinkly old man dressed in his usher uniform, giving him a golden ticket he got from Houdini.
Yeah.
You're pinging me around here, guys. You know, you something to latch onto for a little bit before you sort of wrench it away from me with dead children.
Yeah,
or muggings.
I don't know. Maybe if we've got any listeners in New York who lived there in the early 90s, they can let us know if it was a total shithole all the time, or was it just, you know, a little bit dirty like Paris is now. You know,
it smells a bit like piss.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's got this golden ticket that's been given to him by Houdini that can. You know, it's vaguely magical. Oh, fucking no, it doesn't really get explained, does it? There's no logic to it.
Houdini, that's it. You know?
But he got it from the best magician in somewhere, who got it from the best magician in Nepal.
Why would a Tibetan monk magician have a magic cinema ticket?
Someone needed to do another pass at the script at that point and go, nah, doesn't make any fucking sense, does it?
There were a lot of passes at this script and none of them quite cracked it.
But we get to the cinema, we sit down with Danny, and I've got to say, it's probably the best bit of the movie because Angry Again plays, and it's probably one of the best intro riffs. I'm like, yes, that sounds awesome. One of the best needle drops in cinema at that point.
It's ace. Yeah, it's really good. And this is all right. Shall we talk about the soundtrack? Because for a little bit,
yes. Well, so far we've had Alice in Chains and we've got Megadeth. That's what we've had so far. But yeah, the Alice in Chains stuff was almost soundtracky because it was that sort of slightly bluesy guitar riff that fitted with the Police stuff.
Well, so there's like Nick Kamen writes the soundtrack, right, which is you know, the Lethal Weapon saxophones and occasional guitars going in the background when that happens, right? And the Alice in Chains one sort of sounds like one of those guitar bits, basically. Where
it really does,
and this is where like proper metal comes in.
It's such a good riff. Like Megadeth have written some of the best soundtrack riffs, like this one, and also in Phil and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Yes,
when they're about to get fucked over on Vasquez Rocks. Such a metal riff. It's so good. It's a good song too.
So Angry Again was written just for the movie, right? And a few of the tracks on the guitar as well, like, are just for the movie. It's interesting because they're picking. Yeah, okay, fair enough. AC/DC is still huge. Megadeth are probably around the peak of their commercial powers at this point.
I think so,
yeah. That's interesting. When looking back, you're like, oh, it was all grunge, but actually, all those bands were like brand new. You know, they just had their first album out and like untested qualities. Whereas this is like actually Megadeth and AC/DC and are like huge stars that you can tie a whole soundtrack to, basically. And so, this will shift some units.
Yeah, the whole like grunge took over and there was no other music. Not 100% true. There was other stuff was going on. It's just that grunge was the media darling at the time.
Yeah.
Megadeth was still shifting. They were still, doing well. Weird that Metallica have never had such prominence in movie soundtracks. The only one I can really think of for Metallica is like Zombieland. Like at no point in the 80s can I think of a Metallica song being on a soundtrack.
It's weird that like classic era Metallica has like obviously it's had a bit of a renaissance recently. I think there's something off Kill 'Em All in like X-Men Age of Apocalypse, isn't there? When we introduced
that's fairly recent. That's really recent though. It's not like when it came out.
No, exactly, and that's it. It's like just in. I mean, I don't know how old that film is. Even it's got to be at least 10, 15 years old. But all of a sudden, Metallica are like, oh, now they're classic rock. At some sudden point, they became part of the mainstream consciousness, but it's a very strange situation, despite selling millions and millions of albums and being an enormous, just the biggest metal act of all time, right? But
yeah, but where were they in cinema? It's really strange that they, I'll probably go back through like IMDb and see what movies they were in, but nothing comes to mind. Whereas Megadeth, that's two big ones straight away, which you can instantly like, oh, it's a Megadeth riff. What else is on the soundtrack? We've got two Alice in Chains songs. We've got an acoustic Def Leppard song which plays over the credits.
Yeah. What's that song called? What's the Def Leppard song called? Two Steps Behind, isn't it?
2 Steps Behind, yeah, which is like a regular ballad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing particularly special about that one.
No judgment attached to this statement. Have you got any time for Def Leppard? How do you feel about Def Leppard?
I mean,
yeah,
you've got Animal and you've got Pour Some Sugar on Me, and the rest of it, I don't care.
Yeah,
that's it.
So I saw, like a Data Is Beautiful, like a map of the biggest selling artists in every country and this kind of thing, and the biggest ever selling albums in most countries are either by AC/DC or Def Leppard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
they're weirdly not like a big cultural band, are they? They're not part of the culture. They are.
But maybe that's maybe if you ask the man in the street, name a hard rock band, they'll be like, oh, Def Leppard, and they'll be like,
maybe. They were always bigger in America than they were here as well.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like even like Hysteria and stuff, like there were a couple of early albums where they're a perfectly functional Nobbum band, and then Hysteria comes out, and I always thought it was like a lot of like harping noises and reverse snares and stuff for like 20 minutes, and then a chorus, and then a bit more of that with some swooshing synthesizing. There's only like 3 songs that are like actual first chorus, middle 8 guitar solo kind of,
I think
songs.
Also, I had Def Leppard spoiled for me when the first song that I heard by them when I was getting into music as a young teen was "Let's Get Rocked," which is a piece of shit.
Oh, it's awful, wasn't it? Didn't they use it to like advertise like Weetabix or something as well?
It also had like a really bad CGI video, not even as good as
anything by Iron Maiden. The true kings of heavy metal video, as we've discussed before.
The
Dire Straits one.
Dire Straits one.
Money nothing.
Honestly, I couldn't think of Dire Straits for a full minute. It's not even as good as that. That had some charm to it, whereas this one was awful, and I genuinely hated it. Like, I was like, what the?
Yeah.
It was on like not Headbangers Ball, but whatever the Super Rock was the replacement for Headbangers Ball when I was a kid, and it was on that, and I was like, this is bullshit. Why is this on this show? Oh, it's terrible. So that soured the milk for me.
We used to go to a metal pub. One of the barmen, for some reason, to annoy the local punters, the regulars, because that's what you want to do when you're a barman, right? Put it on repeat for quite a long time. And I remember this woman who, I think her name was Maud, got up and pushed the jukebox on after it played about 3 times in a row to turn it off. So
well deserved.
Yeah. And definitely a small round of applause for.
I like now, like looking at Pour Some Sugar on Me and stuff, that they had some tunes, but for many years, Let's Get Rocked was the song that I associated with Def Leppard, which it's not the best, is it?
No, I feel like they're fine at what they're doing. They're all quite good singers. I'll give them that. Those harmonies are all live. Good work. And obviously, like Vivian Campbell was in Dio, so good work, Viv. That's all you're going to get out of me.
Fair enough. what else have we got in the soundtrack? We also have
It's a bit of Aerosmith.
It's Dream On, which is on like 20 movie soundtracks.
Every music.
Everyone knows that song.
And like, so Queensryche.
Queensryche, and you're the band you have a soft spot for, Tesla.
Yes, they doing the title track, right?
Yeah.
So
And, Fishbone as well. Fishbone.
Oh yeah.
I was not familiar with Fishbone at all, and I had a listen to the song, and it's proto nu metal. So
yeah, Fishbone were very much a kind of funk metal conglomerate compound. What are you? I can't remember the name of their. I can't remember the name of their singer off the top of my head, but he had a very distinct look. Anyway, black guy with like a blonde mohawk.
Wow, that is quite a look.
Yeah, I think I might be. I hope I'm not thinking of a different band here, but yeah, you know.
I mean, again, not my kind of shit, but you know, it's interesting to hear like a band that you can hear like the influence of them on a lot of the bands that came after. And you're like, oh yeah, they just nicked it from these guys.
Yeah.
And we should of course mention AC/DC and Big Gun.
Number one. Yeah, which is, we'll get on with the movie in a minute, but there's a whole little thing around Big Gun as well, right? So Big Gun, I think was the first time Rick Rubin worked with AC/DC. I think when people talk about it now, they talk about it being like, oh, it was like a return to form. It got them back to like being big stars or something. But I think that those people have completely forgotten that like The Razor's Edge was like one of the biggest albums in the world for a very long time, and it's still one of the best AC/DC albums. And one of the best hard rock albums ever recorded, frankly. So, apart from maybe Mistress for Christmas, but yeah, it's been, you know, there's kind of people like, oh, they didn't have hits for years and stuff. It's like AC/DC sold millions and millions of albums. They're
still selling. Yeah,
Back to Back still sells 40,000 copies a week, 50 years later or whatever. So, but that said, Big Gun's great. Yeah, it's a really good song.
Yeah, I think the standout track from this is Megadeth. It's just such a needle drop. It's so good.
Like, yeah, this is another thing. I feel like this maybe Angry Again was written for an earlier draft of the script. You know what I mean?
But also it takes precedence. There's no dialogue. We're watching the title screen of Jack Slater 4 with, you know, things exploding and walls being busted apart. It's a Franco Columbo film. Very funny. But yeah, it takes over the whole thing. So yeah, I think, you know, it shines. It's if you were a kid who had never heard a metal riff before.
Oh, it's a hook, isn't it? It's like
it would be like, this is a great one. This is a really good one to like. What the fuck is this? Yeah. This is amazing.
Exactly. It's a banger.
So back to the movie.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger's a cop.
But shall we talk about the Mr. Benedict?
Yes, because Jack Slater 4 opens and we're in like Malibu or somewhere, right? I assume it's Malibu.
We're in LA. Yeah, so we're in LA on the waterfront or something.
I can't even remember the name of it. Vivaldi, isn't it?
Tony Vivaldi.
Tony Vivaldi is the mafia boss. And apologies to anyone with any Italian heritage tuning in, but there's going to be a lot of. This movie is packed full of meatball as good as your mama make. Vivaldi's yelling a load of secrets about his plan. Well, no, wait, Vivaldi's torturing someone, right? He's got this guy.
He is torturing.
He's got Jack Slater's favourite second cousin.
That's right. Frank, his favourite second cousin, who he mostly talks about muzzle velocities with. But then Vivaldi shows his henchman and the film's main villain, Mr. Benedict, Charles Dance. Who I've got some thoughts about this character. He wears like lovely linen suits. He's very well coiffed. He's got like a neatly trimmed beard. He looks he's reading like the FT or something like that. But he also has what look like fucking juggalo tattoos and stupid fake eyes.
Exactly.
Like this isn't right. He shouldn't have this stuff. You can see like the neck tattoo poking out and a little bit of a sleeve tattoo poking out. And like that character wouldn't get tribal tats. What the fuck is going on here?
Tribal tats probably weren't yet mainstream at that point, were they? I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't seem right. It's like he fell asleep somewhere and he got tagged by a bunch of teens.
Is it
or something?
well, maybe it's meant to show that like he's got this distinguished, reserved outer shell, but he's actually a massive pervert killer. Which all people with tribal tattoos are, like perverts, aren't they?
Obviously, all perverts.
Frankly, disgusting people.
I thought that didn't seem right. It was like, can we make Mr. Benedict cooler? Yeah, let's give him a tattoo. Or like the character was written like a bit more of a scumbag, but then Charles Dance came in and was like, no, I'm going to play him how I want to play him.
Didn't they got Charles Dance because Alan Rickman wanted too much money, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. Like Charles Dance, like, I don't care. I'll take $1 million. It's fine. And yeah, he picks up the scraps. He does an excellent job.
Yeah, he's great. And of course, he has his distinctive bad guy thing, which is his super cool glass eye with a crosshairs on it, which is amazing.
Yeah, well, he's got crosshairs, a smiley face, one's a bomb, one's like a snake eye.
Yeah,
all kinds of shit going on.
Cool look. I think I remember like some, one of those, like Alchemy Gothic or something selling like contact lenses.
Oh yeah,
around that time, so
oh
you
yeah,
get the crosshairs on the smiley face.
Yeah, you'd get your Alchemy Gothic catalog in the middle of your Kerrang.
Yeah,
and you'd have a look through it. You'd order yourself a T-shirt and maybe one of those sort of
a ring with a cobra on it, or something.
You get your girlfriend like a dragon pendant or something for Christmas.
That's what girls like.
The girls I know.
That's what women are into, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what happens. And so where are we next?
Arnie is dropping off groceries at his favourite second cousin Frank's house because that's the kind of community-minded fella he is, checking on his elderly relatives.
The only drugs there you'll find are aspirin. The impressions are going to get worse as I drink more beer.
There's a lot of zingers in this, which Arnie's known for.
Yeah, tons.
But I don't think there's any.
Oh, there is. There's some. I wrote it in my notes. We'll get to it when we get to it. But there is a section of Arnie noises. Yeah. Dropping off. There's some cops have been called in because it might be a crack house. But then Arnie walks in and. Frank, isn't it? Yeah, he's all tied up.
Yeah, he tells them the gangs are getting together and stuff, but they're not really, obviously. But
also this plot doesn't. It's inconsequential
anyway.
But then we've got that bit where he pulls out the cards and it's 5, 4.
Oh yes, he has a little pack of cards on his chest, and it's addressed to Slater. And when he reads them, they're a countdown.
It makes no fucking sense.
No. But that's the fun part of it. It's like it's like action movie logic, like fully applied. And,
don't read too much into it. It's a movie within a movie with a magic ticket in it. Fuck's sake. But then there's a nice big practical effects explosion, which is looks cool.
Blow up his condo. Quite rightly too, and there's an elderly cop ends up in a tree and says, 2 days to retirement.
Saxophone from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, all elderly cops have 2 days till retirement, don't they?
And they all die, and then the saxophone plays.
Yeah.
Also, Frank, when he's dead, he looks dead when he's dead. He does some good dead acting. Good work.
Which is tough, isn't it? I mean, what's the best corpse acting? Weekend at Bernie's 2 is
of course
acting, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, the guy who played Frank did not do another movie after this. He died. So maybe he died on the set and they just filmed him.
They just killed him. They were like, "This is good footage."
Wow, you're really acting. That's an amazing dead performance you're doing there.
Okay, Dave, you can go for lunch.
Oh no.
Oh well, it's what he would have wanted.
Don't keep filming.
And then car chase.
Yeah, car chase.
For some reason, a bunch of hoodlums turn up and start blasting. I mean, it is LA in the early 90s as well, so drive-by blasting was pretty common, I imagine.
Big gun starts playing. They throw a dynamite at Slater.
A dynamite.
A dynamite. A dynamite, I don't know. Yeah. It's not a stick of dynamite, it's multiple sticks.
What's the group? Yeah, what's the group noun for a dynamite?
A bang.
A blow up of dynamite.
Explode of dynamite.
Explode. There we go. Perfect.
But he shoots out the sky, but shoots it through the cinema screen next to our favourite shit boy, Danny. And
dynamite's in the real world. It explodes. And movie magic.
Fade to white. And then fade back in. He's in the back of I was going to call him McLean. McLean, Slater's car.
He is, and he's like, I'm just a kid. Don't kill me.
I'm Danny Thingy.
Yeah,
Danny Madigan. I'm just a kid.
Oh, kids are awful, aren't they? Oh.
Yeah. But he's in there, and there's a car chase. Arnie blows up an ice cream van, and someone gets impaled by a cone.
Yes, a harmoniously multiracial gang of thugs, I might imagine. It's
an action movie.
It's quite good. Yeah, the practical effects and stuff are pretty good through this movie. There's a lot of actual, let's drive down a highway and have a load of cars exploding. And
it's good fun. Yeah, lots of muzzle flashes and things exploding. Good fun.
An ice cream truck gets blown up at one point, I think.
Yeah,
so that's good.
There's the cone in the back of the head where he iced that guy to coin a phrase.
To coin a phrase. Yeah, like
oy vey.
Jesus, your man's dead. Show some respect.
And then there's some explosions, some crashes, and then they end up like driving their car into a room full of models dressed in like fetish wear.
Yeah, of course. There's like a Victoria's Secret panty party going on for some reason.
Of course, because it's an action movie, and that's what happens. And then we're off to the police station.
I should probably have Big Gun does start playing, but that's because Arnie has a Sony mini disc player prominently displayed in his car. So I like that there's like, it takes the piss out of product placement.
The hard rock, the one-liners, they call out the hard rock. I was like, that's very good. But do action movies generally have hard rock soundtracks? I mean, not really. They're usually like a score.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this could be a particular franchise that does have hard rock as one of the things, but you're right, it's not.
Die Hard doesn't have hard rock. Rambo doesn't. Dirty Harry doesn't.
Terminator 2 had that Guns N' Roses song, but that's about it.
Over the credits.
It was just
Terminator 2 is dun 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 dun. Everyone knows that. Like, action movies didn't generally have a hard rock score, did they?
No, I can't think of one. Even like RoboCop and stuff. It's orchestral.
Basil's all good pal Basil Polidorus.
There he is. Yeah. So,
where do we get this idea that action movies have hard rock soundtracks?
Yeah. Transformers the movie. That's about it, right?
If there's any movie that might have a better soundtrack than this one, it's Transformers the movie.
Here we go. We'll come back to that particular piece slice of solid gold.
It would just be us like singing along to Instruments of Destruction.
Megatron! Decepticons! Die, Autobots!
Yeah, we went to the police station now, the cop shop where T-1000 walks out and Sharon Stone's outside the door.
Oh yeah, that's right. And there's a lot of the team ups are happening, right? It's like you're with the overweight comedy cop, and you're with the anime.
You're the rabbi.
Or the CGI reconstruction of Humphrey Bogart.
if you also notice that all the female cops are also wearing like dominatrix fetish wear.
Yes, basically, there's a lot of. I know. There's like a little scene on this as well where he's like, "Where are the normal-looking women? Every woman is beautiful. This is a movie," and Arnie's like, "No, this is Los Angeles." You know.
You've got to put some more mustard onto that impression.
Yes. But,
more sauerkraut, I should say. Yeah, all the female police officers are increasingly dressed more ridiculously in like more leather and rubber.
Yeah,
which I appreciated, but it's good fun.
Yeah,
and the Danny DeVito playing a cartoon cat cop. Oh, that's difficult to say.
Danny DeVito is a cartoon cat cop.
And
then he meets.
There's the chief of police who chews him out, and then
F. Murray Abraham, Salieri,
for no fucking reason. Okay, F. Murray Abraham, great actor. You know, he killed Mozart, but his whole arc in this movie is unnecessary. What was he doing? There was no point to it.
Yeah, he's just there so he can betray Arnie at some point, right? A bit later on. And...
Didn't need to, but also lots of jokes about his name is Practice. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice makes perfect. Anyway, where are we?
Okay, so we're at the police station, and after being chewed out by the comedy boss, Frank McRae, Danny is teamed up with Jack Slater as his partner.
Meet your new partner.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Which obviously Danny's like, see, that would never happen. That would be like, because it's stupid.
Child abuse, basically. Yeah, there's a lot of kids and guns in this movie, which, in hindsight, not the best.
Well, again, apparently, there must be a draft of the original script online somewhere, I'm sure, right? But apparently in the original, Danny goes on a bit of a kind of gun-toting murder rampage at one point because he knows, how action movies work so well. He exploits it and is basically like an unstoppable for a short because he's been traumatized by being mugged in the real world and all that stuff. That's why he's angry again. He's like out blasting people and stuff. But I reckon that's what Dave Mustaine read and then wrote. Well, anyway.
So they go to the video store, which is a fun scene with Stallone on Terminator 2, Standy, which is good fun. Get the whole sort of section where, what's your phone number? 555, blah, 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 blah. How many 555 phone numbers can there be? That's where we've got area codes.
That's why we have area codes. How's that?
Yes.
That's a bit more mustard.
But here's some fun movie trivia for you. The attractive girl in the video store, the one he gets the phone number from, he plays girl in the video for Cherry Pie.
Hey!
She's a Cherry Pie girl.
Oh, amazing.
Apart from Tawny Katane, the most famous listeners, Matt just brought out not one, but 2 copies of Cherry Pie on vinyl.
One is the album, and one is the single. And I'm sorry you can't see this, but the single, and I don't know why I haven't got this framed. Actually, comes with a bus stop size Cherry Pie poster. There we go.
Amazing. So the second most famous lady in all of hair metal after Tawny Katane.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Well, Pamela Anderson, does she count as a lady of hair metal?
Not really. No, I don't think she does.
She's too big to be a lady of hair metal. She's her own thing.
Is a lady of hair metal? Is that separate from like Carol Decker from T'Pau or Vixen?
I think
female musicians
in that sort of era and
genre. I mean, even maybe the sisters from Heart, right, and stuff. Are they ladies of hair metal?
Maybe we need to redefine this one. They are ladies of hair metal, but the girl from the Cherry Pie video and Tawny Katane are eye candy of hair metal.
Eye candy of hair metal.
I say that with all due respect. I'm not sure how much is
Oh,
due.
yeah, I mean, I couldn't do that job.
No, definitely. I would not want to see you wiggle on a car. Definitely not.
In a wet t-shirt, sprawled on David Coverdale's lap.
Wow.
I'd
Got me right
crush
off
him.
my beer.
Poor Dave wouldn't know what hit him.
But I think the visual side of hair metal, yeah. So I guess she's second most famous. I guess
She's up there, right?
she's definitely.
Yeah, it's got to be.
But yeah, that was quite impressive.
Yeah.
Two albums.
Well,
One album.
what if one wears out? So they're out driving around the city, Arnie and his new kid partner, and the kid is basically like, the bad guys are in there. That's the line, right? And,
May I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please?
and the door is answered by
Random task.
Random Task. It's not Odd Job, but he is the guy who played Random Task in
Yeah.
Powers, right?
He is also a murderer in real life.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh, I could see that,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, I mean,
So yeah. So yeah, there's that
you can
whole
become
scene.
a famous actor and have a career if you've been like a drug dealer in the past or something. Like you can be like Machete or Tim Allen, right? But well,
Who would have put those together as being like Hollywood's biggest drug dealers?
this summer,
That's not an inner world. That's a this summer, isn't it?
exactly.
The oddest couple are back to their old tricks.
Yeah. So yeah, you can have a career after being a drug dealer in Hollywood, but you can only become a murderer after being a successful actor or musician, right? I think, and get away with it. Vince Neil, right, is what I'm thinking of here. Right?
Anyway, so we're at Tony Vivaldi's house. This is the first interaction between Arnold and Charles Dance. Yeah, it's quite fun.
Which also features some Rottweilers standing on each other's shoulders doing circus tricks. So
Yes.
just for
I can assure you they're extremely well trained.
yeah. That's the thing about it. It's like that's not something that belongs in an action movie. Obviously, it's from an airplane or a naked gun, right? So why is that wedged in there?
Children's, but yeah, he's saying he's going to kill a child, but he also has circus dogs. What the fuck is going on? The tone shifts are all over the place.
He is wearing his smiley face glass eye at this point to prove that he has a sense of humor.
Where do we go next? We go back to Arnold's ex-wife's house, don't we? Yeah, it is, because there's a bit later where he slaps Charles Dance on the wrist for blowing up his ex-wife's house. That's my ex-wife's house, and that's for giving my daughter a black eye.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, there's some flashbacks. There's some there's all sorts of stuff. This is the thing. Okay, this film's got we're struggling to figure out where we're going next because there's so many scenes in this movie.
Yeah, I've literally written 10 pages of notes just so I know what happens next, because there's so much shit happens. Yeah, so we're at his ex-wife's house. We meet Slater's daughter, who's dressed like him but sexy. And also, she's got those big white socks. Where do you get those big white socks? I don't know where you get those anymore.
Camping shops, I think.
No, but you don't get them in pure white. You get off-white.
Yeah.
I don't know where. I miss those socks.
We should put Bobby sock.
I know, you'd see girls wearing those big socks and then Doc Martens. And I always thought that was quite a good look.
It seemed to be like an 80s metal thing as well, though. Like a hair metal thing was the white Bobby socks with high heels was definitely a look that you would see on massively barnetted LA rock chicks with two X's, at that time, right? It was a look.
And then in the grunge period, it was those with the DMs.
Yeah,
and that was always kind of a look that I liked.
It's not an unattractive look. Don't get me wrong. It's just
you don't see it anymore. You don't see it anymore. It's like white dog poo.
There's a lot.
Never mind. Old man shouts at cloud.
Yeah, old man gets his hard drive investigated at this rate. I think it's probably what you get. Just hundreds and hundreds of pictures of socks.
Well, everybody's got a fear of something.
Not everybody.
Sock puppets.
the house gets invaded by
Oh yeah, so Mr. Benedict and his thugs come around and kick down the door, and they grab Slater's daughter and they interrogate Danny, right? And then, but obviously Slater's daughter is not as helpless as she might seem because
snaps a man's neck.
she really does.
Yeah,
While making girlish, high-pitched screaming noises. So I mean, you know,
pretty cool. That whole scene. There's a bit where Mr. Benedict throws something at a henchman, and he keeps dropping it, which I thought was like that could have been like a fun like joke that continued through the movie, but that henchman gets offed in like the next 30 seconds. Oh, never mind. Arnold comes back after buying cigars and magazines, I guess.
Well, there's not much else to buy in LA, is there? I mean,
You know,
what else can you get?
there's massive magazine stands with like thousands of magazines on them. Like, you know, there aren't that many magazines anymore, are there?
No, I've been in like WH Smith, and it's even there. It's like a pretty small selection. You can buy Monocle, Viz, something about collecting toy trains. I think and what music magazines are there now? There's like
Well, this is the thing. Metal Hammer is still monthly. Kerrang now comes out apparently 4 times a year. And so I was like, that's not fucking right. What's going on there? Like Melody Maker's obviously, you know, that's 20 years in the grave.
Yeah.
Enemy is dead. And that was like
Are
10
there
years
any
ago.
like so there's still a couple of metal magazines around, but like I occasionally get I don't know if it's still going, but I occasionally get a Zero Tolerance in the post. So,
They seem to be infrequently published. I don't know if they are on a schedule anymore. It's just like whenever we can be bothered to put one out, or whenever we've got enough advertising dollars to stick one on the post. But
the guys did Metalhead.
I got 2 copies of Metalhead. I thought that looks quite good, and I know some of the people in it, so I should buy that. So yeah, I thought that was a nice magazine. That was well put together. Looks good. But there's only 3 issues of that. I don't know if there's going to be an issue 4.
I don't know if it went.
but yeah, I don't know what's. And there seems to be like mainly like they'll put out a magazine which is just about Rush or just about Metallica.
Like
just be a whole
rock Bon Jovi issue or something.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know what sells. I guess that's what does. I mean, it's people who buy magazines rather than read shit on the internet.
Maybe it's like metal or rock radio. It's like when I'm in the car, the radio stations are tuned to like, I don't know, Planet Rock or Radio X Classic Rock or something will come on, and it's pretty much the same 14, 15 tunes going round in a circle. Maybe it's that same market. It's like 50-something bloke buying the occasional magazine about Bon Scott. Also,
I mean, it is.
Awesome.
Is it good? I mean, the fact that like Kerrang and in terms of music, Kerrang, Enemy, Melody Maker, Q, I guess that sort of cartel were the tastemakers of all music in the country for many years, but that's now dead. But who now controls that?
Me.
Is there? It's you.
Yeah,
you're a judge.
I'm the.
So we're all going to be listening to Morgul Blade for the next year.
No, Morgul Blade are team hipster.
They are definitely not hipster.
We're listening to Chamber Mage.
Jesus. But yeah, I'm wondering. Like, it's strange not to have like a taste-making sort of group of people. Like who does control that shit? I don't get it.
Yeah,
I'm far too old. That's just the problem. I grew up with magazines.
It reflects the music scene has diversified to such a point where everybody listens to everything, and no one listens to hardly anyone listens to albums except middle-aged men.
Me.
Yeah, people just listen to songs they like and they don't care who it's by or what scene it's right. I mean, there are some scenes, obviously, but I bet the people in the scene are like into other stuff as well. You used to have to fight for your scene because it wouldn't get any support. Like if you didn't support a scene, then not enough albums of that type of music would be released because it would be uncommercial. So you had to buy everything good, But now, no one gives a shit. Everybody buys everything, so it's fine,
Or they don't buy it at all; they just stream it. So,
yeah, exactly. So
yeah, It's interesting because I think we've both come from a world where
in a world
where you needed to get a review in Terrorizer or Metal Hammer. That was the goal. That was the way to get seen by like an A&R person from fucking Metal Blade. That was the way into music.
Then
but now, how do you do that now? I don't know.
Just record an album, put it out.
Yeah, I guess we should.
150 million streams later, play the Madison Square Garden. I guess
maybe that's how it works.
We should ask. I don't know, Louis Theroux, right? He's a
good. We should. Yeah. Well, we've had Ollie Horntooth on for a band who play low and slow.
Yeah.
Pretty successful.
This is probably I have no idea how it works with other types of music, but like I bought Phantom Spell's album off of Bandcamp and stuff. Like I'll buy actual albums off that stuff. I don't know if that happens in indie or stuff anymore. If those guys do that, we should find some indie people and say, do you buy physical music or not? Or
do you hang around outside the Good Mixer with a clipboard?
I'm not hanging around at the Good Mixer. Fuck that.
Anyway, so Arnold Schwarzenegger's a cop, and I like big white socks.
So Skeezy, the exchange student or something, turns up, waiting for a kiss, and then Arnie crashes through the skylight and saves everybody, basically, right?
He does, and then he goes after the bad guys after they get away with that sort of fun acrobatic scene. And there's a whole bit with Danny playing chicken with a car, and then he's on a bike and realizes he is the comedy sidekick.
This is probably the best way to approach this as well. Like if we go through this scene by scene, we'll be here for like the next 5 or 6 hours.
We're about half an hour in, aren't we? This is terrible.
So,
this movie is so fucking long. My God.
Well, it's not even that long, is it? It's like an hour and a half long.
It's 2 hours 10 minutes.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, in like the early 90s.
It's bloated. It is a big fat movie that needs to be cut down. And it would be if this movie got properly edited, this would be maybe a tight 95 and would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, but this is okay. So this is back to that script rewriting, right? Too many cooks, loads and loads of rewrites, loads of conflicting priorities, people adding stuff in, taking it away. Arnie saying no, it's got to be family friendly. You got to cut all the violence out, apart from the 10-year-old kid getting thrown off a roof by an axe killer. All this stuff, right? But basically, so kid gets magic ticket, goes into action movie, gets partnered up with action cop, cue car chases, ridiculous things. But the thing that they don't reckon with is, so let's talk about one more scene, and then we'll get back into the main plot where this is going. The other scene I want to talk about is the rooftop funeral of Leo the Fart.
That's the rooftop funeral. What do you want to talk about? Because it's a rooftop funeral.
Very classy. Mainly, I want to talk about Wilson Phillips providing the music for said funeral. I'm not a Beach Boys fan or anything, but there's at least one member of Wilson Phillips that I wouldn't turn away.
Yeah. So that whole scene, that's a massive action set piece as well, with a crane, a helicopter with 2 miniguns on it that comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, the La Brea tar pits, which are
some great stunt work as well from Arnold's stunt team. They did some good sort of practical stunt work, people jumping off stuff. There is a little bit of Arnold grunting in this bit.
A glass elevator that explodes. Arnold grabbing a corpse, shouting, "This man needs a doctor," and hoisting it out of the coffin.
He's throwing his arms up in the air and going, "He's not dead! He's still alive! This man is alive!"
There's a lot happening.
It's bonkers. But say one of the things I do like about the film, even though it is bloated and insanely long, is it looks really expensive. Everything looks like it's cost a shitload of money. And there's a bit where they're going to the funeral and they drive the fucking car across the water feature. They don't just park it up, they drive it across the fucking thing. It's like, why do they do that? Because they could. Because they've got shitloads of money.
This was like a massive, it's John McTiernan, it's Schwarzenegger, it's the hottest script in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, this is a big movie. And yeah, it got bogged down by too many rewrites and stuff. There were script problems from day one. And also, it came out the same weekend as fucking Jurassic Park.
Yeah, which is a tight, lean movie. It's nothing on Jurassic Park is wasted. Everything in that movie is perfect almost. Whereas this one, it's flabby and bloated, but everything looks expensive. It looks
so $85 million budget.
Less than I expected.
But at the time it was Terminator 2 was like the first $100 million movie, right? So this is a lot of money at the time, and it only made like 15 million in its opening weekend. So there's a lot of shit going on here. Not least thinking, it's fine. That's that little Spielberg movie that will revolutionize visual effects for
even Schwarzenegger was like, no, don't release it yet. There's a dinosaur movie. And the studio were like, no, we'll put it up against it, it'll be fine. And Schwarzenegger knows his shit. He's not dumb. We all make fun of him, but he's a clever dude. He knew that you couldn't.
Oh, he's the OG. It's like I got like nothing, but I get the Schwarzenegger Daily Email.
Yes, I mean,
it's really good.
Bit of motivation. I read that and I'm like, I'm going to do some press ups.
Just a whole load of positivity, like every day. Like, God bless him.
But yeah, Arnold knew that you couldn't compete with Jurassic Park, and he was like, push it back. But the studio were like, nah, we'll go up against Jurassic. No, it's a Spielberg movie with dinosaurs. Are you fucking kidding? Oh, God.
Why don't we give it I don't know, let's assume it was like 4th of July weekend or whenever, whatever the holiday it was, Labor Day or something. But
yeah, it's a summer blockbuster, isn't it?
But this is a Christmas movie, so technically, why not? They should, maybe they should have punted it back and put it out over Christmas, or just picked another Columbus Day.
Anything at all. It would have made its budget back. I'd have said also, if they punted it back like about 2 or 3 months, you could have spent some more time in edit, pulled out all that fuck with John Practice, all that shit, cut it down to your under 2 hours. Star Wars is 2 hours. Any movie that's longer than Star Wars and doesn't set up an entire fucking universe can be shorter.
Yeah. If action movie, $1.50, that's what you want, right? You want your 90 minutes done.
In and out. Bing, bing, bang, bong. So,
unless you're John Wick, in which case you can just do punching for 4 days.
The first John Wick movie wasn't too long, was it? It's just getting longer and longer because we have demanded more guns.
I demand more punch.
Punch him with your guns. Again, massively inconsequential action scene.
So there's this whole thing. Okay, so the subplot of Jack Slater 4, the movie within the movie, is that one mobster is going to bump off another mobster family, but has convinced the police that they're going to team up to throw them off the scent of his real plan. Yeah, which leads to many explosions and shootings and that kind of stuff.
Helicopters grunting, falling.
But the real plot is that Mr. Benedict, who I just realised is like Mr. Joshua, is the villain in Lethal Weapon, isn't it? Yeah.
I was wondering if his first name was Eggs.
Like the guy from the 18, Eggs Benedict played Peg, didn't he?
That's great.
He's also in Battlestar Galactica. Okay. So the real plot is that Mr. Benedict realizes Danny Madigan is telling the truth.
Danny Madigan is telling the truth. He's got the golden ticket. I keep calling it a golden ticket. That's from Willy Wonka.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a magic ticket, my ass. Which allows him to travel. He's figured it out. He's figured out if he holds the ticket, he can push through a wall into the real world. There's a nice little fourth wall breaking scene. Eggs Benedict says, "If God were a villain,
He'd be me."
Which I thought was quite a fun line. That was quite good.
Hang on, if you break the fourth wall in a movie that's inside a movie, then does that make ours the fifth wall? Is that how that
you
works?
are inside a hypercube. There's a cube within a cube, and then the cube comes out of the cube, because that's when he comes out of the I don't know. It's also
I'm going to write to She-Hulk and find if she'll know.
it's also it's a meta movie when far too early. Like action movies of the McTiernan Shane Black style,
ahead of its time, right?
They were not as firmly established in the popular consciousness as they think. I think anyone who went into this was expecting a proper Schwarzenegger movie with explosions and punching, and they got this meta movie about making fun of the movies that you like. It needs to be baked for another 5 years.
Or like maybe a sort of straight comedy where it's Schwarzenegger is a tough cop teamed up with an amusing child with hilarious results. Right?
Just make Jack Slater.
Yeah, like Stop or My Mum Will Shoot.
I'm not sure about that. Let's not go crazy. But yeah, if they cooked this one for a few more years and there was more established, the action movie tropes were on the decline, then this movie would have been an ideal time to sort of pop it in.
Which is why it probably found its niche as a bit of not a cult movie, exactly, but definitely there's a long tail profit in there off this. Has got to be.
It's been reassessed. I mean, critics, when they saw this, were like, "This is bullshit." They were ripped it to shreds. But like watching it again, like much later on, and it is kind of fun. But having watched it twice, you really see where it's starting to fall apart. The closer you get to it, the more problems you see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'd say, watch it again. It is fun, but don't watch it. Don't watch it twice, because then you realize it could have been so much better.
That's what I call action.
So the third act of this, Benedict is the best bit, right? Benedict's in the real world, and
I'm not sure. I don't know. It is kind of miserable, isn't it? But I would say that the most fun is when it leans into movie stupidity. Like there's a bit where they're driving down the street and all the cars behind them are crashing.
Oh yeah, because he's not looking where he's driving.
Not looking at all. Like when it sort of just borders on spoof, but keeps it just straight enough that it's still an action movie. I think that's where it's the most fun. I think when they go back to New York at the end,
maybe it's not the most entertaining part of the movie, but perhaps it's the best part if you're from a film student point of view.
But then there's
most interesting.
But then we've got the whiplash again of the tone shift, where Mr. Benedict, after a monster truck
the guy in the truck in the garage, and he's like, "I killed someone, and I wish to confess," and all this stuff.
Well, the first bit is like, first of all, Arnold busts into his house in a monster truck, quip into the real world, where Mr. Benedict is instantly propositioned by an underage drug-addled prostitute. So I'm like, fucking hell! Oh my god! Like, this is a kids' movie, and then there's this. Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought that was.
There's definitely a lot of different creative influences punching up against each other here, and a lot of different hippos in one room, basically, right? So,
and the bit where he shoots somebody, I do like that bit, because his line is, "Hello, I've just shot somebody. I did it on purpose.
I've murdered somebody, and I wish to confess." And the guy's like, "Shut up down there."
Yeah, that's fun. I do like that bit.
Yeah, fair play.
That's nice. But then, he realizes he can go into other movies and pull people out. And there's that bit in the diner where he's like looking at like the back pages and the movie ads,
circling like Dracula, right?
Yeah.
And
like there's the bit where the camera shifts around and you see who it is. And I was like, it could have been anybody. It could have been fucking Dracula. It could have been like, I don't know,
Jason.
Yeah, Jason. Jason
Darth Vader.
Darth bloody Vader. Or like 3 of them all on that seat, but it was the bloody Ripper from.
Or one of the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park.
Oh, I'd love that.
I feel that may have been noticed.
Like a gremlin. I don't know.
So when they're walking down the street and they're trying to hunt him down, you know, you see the dive bar, the sort of pit cinemas.
Yeah.
And they're showing like Night of the Living Dead and stuff, and then you're really like, oh shit, this could go like really sideways.
Bonkers, but it doesn't. He just brings back a previous character from this movie, but you had so much more to play with. You could have done so. That was probably in the script, right? Like him pulling out England or someone.
So like Zach Penn, who I talked about earlier, the writer. The one who didn't do Biodome. More for him.
His credit.
He wrote the screenplay anyway for like Ready Player One, right? Which which has a lot of it. You know, Ready Player One has a lot of problems because it's just, hey, do you remember this thing? Do you remember this thing? Do you remember this thing?
Well, that was the internet for a good couple of years, wasn't it? It was just. Oh, look, nerd culture's good, isn't it?
And like, so maybe this is like an early element from the script where, like, again, I'd love to read the original script because perhaps he does get King Kong and Freddy Krueger, and you know, and this is like
Hannibal Lecter can do the catering.
It's a very good Charles Dance.
Thank you.
If this was made now, it has endless possibilities for universe building, shall we say, or multi-franchise crossovers, right? Which obviously didn't exist at the time. But
it could, I mean, the fact that he's circling Bram Stoker's, Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, the seed was planted for multiversal movies, which are only growing now.
Yeah,
much to our chagrin, I guess, now because they've become all-consuming. They are the triffids from those tiny seeds that are taking over the planet.
They are, but it'll get past it. It'll be like, well, you know, like comic books are generally like 10, 15 years ahead of movies, right? So it'll jump past the multiverse and we'll get back.
We'll be back to something
The heroic age will come back. It'll all be primary colours and simple, straightforward heroes and stuff again. And more power to it.
So, we're at the premiere of Jack Slater 4.
We are, with multiple celebrity cameos.
Little Richard gets a lot of screen time.
He does. People love Little Richard. They're like, you know, he lives in the Beverly Hills Hotel. He clearly lost his mind at some point. He just wants to go woo a lot, doesn't he? That's all.
One of those celebrities who sort of passed me by, and I'm just sort of like, what's going on with this guy?
If you watch a lot of like early 90s movies that have nods to real life or are set in Hollywood and stuff, because there's quite a lot of, you know, I don't know, an Alan Smithy film or The Player or all that kind of stuff. Little Richard turns up in all those movies. He must just be like a friend of people, you know. He lives in Hollywood, hangs out, and people are like, hey, that's Little Richard. How you doing, pal?
You know, he would do anything for $25 or something.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, there's some good stuff in here. Arnold taking the piss out of himself properly in these scenes. It's probably a little bit of a highlight of the movie where, like,
promoting Planet Hollywood.
Yeah, where like Maria is like, don't mention the restaurant. I hate it when you mention the restaurant.
He's like, it was a good opportunity.
Talking about Planet Hollywood, you know, so many props. You can see her in the background cringing, and I'm like, this is properly good. Like him really ripping the piss out of himself.
Yeah,
like well done. Like you'd think he would have taken himself more seriously, but he doesn't, and I like that.
I think there's one. Yeah, you can say that of Arnold at all times. He's clearly always been pretty self-aware, aware of his own ridiculousness, which is what makes him the king. What makes him so good.
But yeah, he's the highlight of the rest of these scenes. Arnold being Arnold. Oh, you're very good. You're the best celebrity impersonator I've ever seen. Gets you some good work.
Yeah,
or something like that. But the rest of it is like there's Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's in this bit.
Well, I can't think of any film that can't be improved by a Jim Belushi guest appearance.
Fucking Jim Belushi. I don't like the movie. Schwarzenegger turns her on. I want to be there when it happens. I'm like, oh God, this guy sucks.
Fucking Jim Belushi.
I fucking hate Jim Belushi. He's a turd in the punch bowl, isn't he?
Stupid movie where he finds a rich person's wallet and steals their identity with hilarious consequences, but they're not hilarious. But he's supposed to be charming, but he's Jim fucking Belushi.
Anyway, MC Hammer's in these scenes, which really.
Oh yeah, he's hammered and hurt him. He'd have been at the height of his Ninja Turtle powers at that time.
No, that's Vanilla Ice.
No. Hammer did the Turtle Power song.
Did he?
Vanilla Ice also did one. Yeah,
he did one for Turtles too. Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a fracas at the premiere, and there's axes being thrown and shit like that.
There's some confusion because the actor who plays the Ripper is still there. Tom Noonan is there as well. But the Ripper kidnaps Danny, takes him up to the roof, is going to kill him. You know, it goes back to what happened. What happened at the start? Blah, blah, blah. Who even cares at this point? No one does. Danny's hanging off a roof. But obviously the good part of this is that Ian McKellen comes out, is Death from the Seventh Seal, and comes out the Seventh.
We haven't quite got to Death yet, because first of all, we've got the confrontation with the Ripper. But then, after the Ripper is dispatched, not sequel for you, then Benedict comes up, and Arnold shoots him through his explosive eyeball and blows up his head.
PG-13, ladies and gentlemen.
He shoots him through the eye, and his head explodes. It's all done like with fireworks rather than Scanners-esque splatter. But still, he blows up a man's head.
Yeah.
Yay!
That's true. That's quite cool. Yeah, that is quite cool. But again, it's like this movie is all over the fucking shop. They took like one kind of script, they painted another aesthetic over the top of it. Then they got like 15 different people to change it as they went along. It's like a typical Hollywood fuck up. Basically, the whole thing is all over the top.
This is the definition of Hollywood bloat, isn't it? It's not lean and mean. It's committee, it's rewrites, it's meddling, it's all kinds of shit. And this is where the movie
there's too much committed to just say turn it off. We're going to start again.
Yeah, and also they had to get it out at that date, and that's why it didn't get edited down to be a good movie.
Yeah, it was all made in like 10 months, wasn't it? I think was the hit.
This is where the movie should end, but no, Ian McKellen is Death. Fucking pops out of the screen.
Death from the Seventh Seal as well.
Yeah, isn't the seventh? Yeah. Oh my god.
You know, which is like, I guess if you're going to go for a cinematic death, it's that one.
There's only one other cinematic death, Bogus Journey.
Yeah, but that's the same death.
Yeah.
From like he's clearly meant to be the Seventh Seal.
It's the same Seal death again. But yeah. Can you imagine Melvining Ian McKellen?
I want to make a joke about Ian McKellen possibly enjoying it.
Go ahead. But yeah, this movie should have ended. But like Slater's been shot, and Death is coming for him. Oh, but he's not in any of my lists.
I've never met a fictional character before. I don't do fiction.
Yeah. Ian McKellen impressions for the rest of the podcast. This section lasts like 10 fucking minutes. Which is
next time we're in town, we'll let's just go down to Limehouse and we can probably get Ian McKellen to record this one.
Hello, welcome to Steel, the Heavy Metal Movies podcast. Yeah, it'd be great.
Heavy metal is neither late nor early. It arrives precisely when it means to happen. Yeah.
So there's a whole bit where he has to get Arnold back into the fictional world, finds the other half of the magic ticket, sticks him through.
He's fine.
He's fine. This is you're kidding. This isn't even what I call a flesh wound.
That's kind of it. That's the end, right? What happens to Danny? He goes back home and
who gives a fuck? That's stupid.
He just goes home and lives his ordinary shitty life where he gets mugged in New York City.
Yeah, and then we get Two Steps Behind, Dream On, and then Last Action Hero play over the credits. My attitude to this movie is the same as I think my attitude has become through this podcast. Started off great, full of joy, full of hope, by the end of which I'm sort of like disappointed in myself and everything. Like, started with such high hopes,
Story
and
of
then
my
by
life.
the end, oh, fuck this. What the fuck?
Yeah, it goes on too long. It's too bloated. There's too much shit going on and too many conflicting ideas. This has got potential to be frankly one of the funniest and best, Hollywood action movies of all time, right? This could be an incredible piece of cinema that was just fabulous and really put the cap on the 80s action movie era, and led us into something new, I think, as well. But it doesn't.
Has there ever been a good action movie spoof? I mean, you've got like Top Secret.
I don't know.
Like Hot Shot, but that's really not like it's not like a John McClane spoof. That's a Rambo spoof more than anything else.
Yeah, there was like National Lampoon did a couple, didn't there? Wasn't Emilio Estevez in one, like Loaded Weapon or something?
Oh, Loaded Weapon, yeah.
But that's pretty. Obviously, that's pretty. It's a latter-day National Lampoon movie.
It's not amazing. So it's not particularly easy to spoof because I mean, can we draw a comparison to action movies and metal? Difficult to spoof because they're already inherently ridiculous.
Yeah, and lean into it in a lot of cases, right?
Yeah.
So, action movies are style over substance, right? But but there's nothing wrong with that.
They've always been a bit dumb and always known they've been a bit dumb. Like that bit in like Commando, where Arnold and Bill Duke are having a fight, and like the girl in the background is like, "Oh my god, this fucking macho bullshit," calling it out in the movie to your face.
To be honest, though, saying that bit in Commando is
no,
all of Commando, every single part of it.
It's great. It's really fun. But they literally call out that
South American dictator whose ethnicity ends at his jawline, because that's as far down as they put the makeup on him.
You had to successfully spoof action movies. To make a funny action movie, you don't really need to make a spoof. You just make an action movie.
Just make I don't know, Bad Boys or something, don't you?
Bad Boys is pretty funny. I mean,
an action movie with loads of jokes in it. Yeah, rather than trying to take the piss out of the genre itself, it's like it's pretty spoof-proof.
Yeah, spoof-proof. Die Hard is pretty funny.
Yeah, all the Die Hard with a Vengeance is like that's the most comedic of the series.
It's jet black comedy as well. I'm not talking about Die Hard 2, even though that's your favorite.
Well, even Samuel L. Jackson going, "Oh shit, that was my gold bar," this is good. But that's kind of part of it as well, isn't it? It's like Lethal Weapon is okay. So it starts with teen suicide and heavy mental illness all the way through it, but it's also got a load of great one-liners.
It's always been a zinger. You can't spoof a zinger because a zinger is a zinger. It's bad. That's what it is.
You're not supposed to take action movies seriously.
No.
You can. It's got to be much easier to spoof a genre, a type of movie that takes itself seriously.
The most successful spoof is probably Airplane or Police Squad. Make a Gun. So, which one of which is a disaster movie. The other one is like a cop procedural, like a thriller.
Airplane is literally famously they bought the rights and the script to an old 50s movie and just shoved a load of one-liners in it. That's all they did. This is a stupid movie, right? But it's a straight thriller. A tough task from to start with, and I think the best thing in it is probably Arnie, like just taking the piss out of himself a bit. I'm Arnold Braunschweiger and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I think he's the best. Yeah, he is definitely the star, and not just by he's the top billed actor in it. He is the shining light in this film.
Yeah,
and some nice stunt work and practical explosions. Those are cool too.
Yeah.
To be or not to be. Not to be.
shall we rate the film?
Let's give this movie a heavy metal score out of 666, shall we?
We shall. And of course, this is a soundtrack movie. And what a soundtrack. It's pretty... Oh, I don't know if there's many movies that show a better metal soundtrack than this one.
They don't build soundtracks like this anymore. It's like people actually wrote songs specifically for the movie, about the movie. It's got a... movies don't really have songs anymore, do they? There's like... people don't write Ghostbusters like
No.
anymore. Do you know what I mean? And it's like... which I missed that. Like a lot of... Throughout the whole of the 80s, at least, that was a big thing. Write a song... It would either be, the title song for the movie or a song literally about the movie called The Never Ending Story or something, right?
Yeah, and then that's the first song played over the credits afterwards, which kind of recaps the plot.
Yeah, exactly. So you just don't get that anymore. Yeah, this has got a song called Last Action Hero.
Angry Again could possibly have been written for the movie. Same with Big Gun.
Yeah, well, they were written... they were written specifically to appear on the soundtrack of this movie.
Yeah. Whether they had access to an early draft of the script or not, that's a matter for the debate. But the debate? The definitive article?
I don't know. This is probably what's going on in Dave Mustaine's head at the time. Who knows?
He's always happy.
What's going on with him?
But yeah, so it's, in terms of soundtracks, hard to beat. But it had Dream On it, and that's on every soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
And it had some Def Leppard.
Okay, so we've got Big Gun, AC/DC.
Yee.
What the Hell Have I, Alice in Chains. Angry Again.
Wow.
Real World by Queensryche.
But acoustic Queensryche.
Yeah, and co-written with Nick Kamen.
So Queensryche, but diluted Queensryche. So
Queensryche, yeah. Two Steps Behind by Def Leppard. Poison My Eyes by Sir, not appearing in this movie, Anthrax.
I don't know where it is, but hey.
Dream On by
Dream On.
A Little Bitter by Alice in Chains. Cock the Hammer by Cypress Hill. The non-metal track.
Again, where was that in the movie? Not sure.
Swim by Fishbone. Last Action Hero by Tesla. And Jack and the Ripper by Michael Kamen and the Los Angeles Rock and Roll Ensemble. Of course.
Also featuring Buckethead, if I...
yes, Buckethead is in there. I reckon Buckethead's got to be like, some famous composer or something under that hat, right? Somebody.
It's John Carpenter.
Yeah, somebody involved in the... That would be the best thing if John Carpenter is like a guitar wizard.
Maybe he's Cayman.
Could be. Well, you never see them together, do you?
I'm gonna go with it being a low 500, so like 510, something like that. It's really good for its time, but there's a couple of duds on there. And because I couldn't figure out where the fuck Anthrax was on the soundtrack, or possibly I think the second Alice in Chains song,
lack of Anthrax,
lack of tracks. Megadeth, really, that's excellent. But they could have made more of the metal in the soundtrack, and maybe less fucking occasional riffage and whammy bar. More of the songs in there, like that bit from Fishbone. That's literally played for like 4 or 5 seconds in the film, and it could have been much longer. So an excellent soundtrack, not used enough. So that's why it doesn't get any higher than the low 5s, but an excellent soundtrack.
I would go with that. Okay, so let's say, all right, so let's give it a 510.
510 sounds good. Yeah.
What's next? Aesthetic, or there aren't people.
There's no metal people in the movie. So
there's a lot of, I think we're in LA in the early 90s, and there's a lot of women in bobby socks and tight dresses who may not look out of place at the Rainbow around that time.
But I'd go with aesthetic being more applicable, just because guns and explosions and axes.
Yeah, that's true. The Ripper's got a very distinctive axe with a spike on the back of it. Yeah, what else looks metal in this movie?
Guns and explosions, really, isn't it?
Guns and
I
Explosions.
mean, I think the girl from the Cherry Pie video, she's in it.
She's in it. Yeah, that's true. And he's pretty metal. So, as it was.
Like helicopters with miniguns, hardware.
This is a pretty low score. This is out of 60, right? So
Yeah, like 10. It's not anything.
10.
Really.
We'll give it a 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then metal people.
None.
I can't think of anybody. I mean, do we give it an obligate 1 point because Arnold? He's just.
I mean,
a gentleman.
Arnold is in spirit, in some ways, inherently metal. I'm going to give it a 0.5.
0.5 for Arnold.
As a nod to Arnold's indomitable spirit.
So it's a 520.5.
Yeah.
Pretty high. Again, it's a high scoring movie.
All off the soundtrack, right? It's
a soundtrack.
It's got some banging tunes in it. And that's fun. And as a movie, it's got its charms. You can see what they were going for, but they done fucked it up, son.
Yeah,
and,
I think it's a movie. An ideal scenario is you're cooking your dinner. You can put this movie on in the background, and you're not going to miss anything.
It's a Sunday afternoon on. You've put the chicken in the oven to roast.
Yep.
You've gone down the pub and you've had 2 or 3 pints. You've walked back. It's a sunny Sunday afternoon. And there's about half an hour before that chicken's ready, and you sit down, and this is on TV as you're flicking through. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'll watch this. And you're in a sort of, relaxed, pleasant mood. And you're like, yeah, this is fine. This was reasonably entertaining. But I wasn't paying that much attention. I got distracted by a chicken in the garden or the Sunday supplement Interiors magazine or something.
Yeah, it's totally fine to put on it's background noise.
It was on TV, but I was doing a load of heroin on the floor at the time, so I didn't really pay that much attention.
The tone shifts, man, from a nice Sunday roast doing skag on your floor.
Whichever you do, I don't want to categorize our listeners so. We need to pick what we're going to review next.
Well, I think maybe we should go back to school. Maybe we should see what happens when an evil band turns up in a tiny town.
We haven't done a haunted band in a few episodes, have we? I feel like that's a central pillar of heavy metal movies is the evil band. So
we should get an evil band in, and I think that evil band should be fronted by Damien. And should be the band.
He's
Black Roses.
Black Roses from 1988, directed by John Fasano, in which some evil doing demons drive around in Lamborghinis, turn kids into zombies, and generally have a hot rocking time of it.
They certainly do.
So,
all right. So next week we'll be back with Black Roses.
Black Roses.
See you next week. Hail and kill.
Hail and kill, brothers and sisters.
Real. Real.